Hey, I'm Reagan. So I decided to become a teacher because I truly wanted every kid to feel like they had somebody who cared for them. And really believed in them. When I was in private school, the teachers made sure that they gave individualized time to every student and made sure they would succeed. But when I switched to public school, I began to see kids fall through the cracks. And I think that allowing learning to be a child's sense of purpose will substantially help keep them from falling through the cracks. I believe that every student has outstanding potential, but they need to know that they have someone who's in their corner and supports them. I also think that every student is unique and their learning should be tailored to them. I think that children deserve individualized learning plans. Normally, this is something done in a special ed classroom, but I think since all children come in with different backgrounds and experiences, it's important to meet them where they are and then decide how to proceed. I want my students to feel supported by offering them a classroom that really they can view as a sanctuary of learning. My classroom should be a place that they look forward to coming to every day. I believe that each student brings something unique to the classroom, and I want them to be able to work together to learn. That way, all students' skills are celebrated. I tend to side philosophically with Jean-Jacques Rousseau in the sense that play is one of the most important things for early childhood education. Play helps with social skills, verbal communication, fine motor skills, and basic learning. Aligning with this philosophy, I also believe in treating students with sympathy and respect. Love and logic is my favorite philosophy for a classroom approach. I think that it works well with any age, and one of the key parts of that is sharing control by allowing small choices. Allowing students to make some of their own rules for the classroom or playground helps them hold themselves accountable and make sure that the rules are age appropriate and a correct reflection of what they're capable of. It's also a great way for discipline because whenever you are going to discipline a child, you can say, here are two options. You can either stop doing what you're doing or you can do this as a punishment and allow them to then choose which way they want to go. Which again, I think gives them some sense of accountability at a very young age. When I was a child, I know that all I wanted in a teacher was somebody who recognized something good in me, and those who did were the most influential teachers that I had. Especially at young ages, children aim to please, so by making sure that I'm praising the children for everything that they do, when they do something really well, they'll feel proud of themselves and they'll grow to have a love of learning because they will desire that affection and praise. To teach young kids, I think it's important to include things that they're interested in. I think that when you do that, they'll want to participate in activities more, especially because they have such small attention spans at the time. They're going to want to stay interested in something if it's something they like. And at this age, they don't learn through things like PowerPoints or lectures, so activities are really important. Sensory play is incredibly important at this time for children because their bones are not fully developed in their hands. So worrying about things like writing and handwriting are just really pointless if you're not going to give them the tools to develop fine motor skills. Something as simple as making a macaroni necklace develops really good fine motor skills. By picking up each piece of pasta and threading it into a necklace, they're learning to control their movements. So it has been very beneficial. Frequent assessments are very useful at this time because children are learning and growing so much in this time period. So you want to do it more frequently because if you wait a long time, you've missed a whole bunch of milestones. I believe in assessing children as a whole. Like I said earlier, children are unique and I choose to celebrate that rather than have them conform and be alike. With that being said, I think only assessing their performance is a way that fails them. I take into consideration things like home life, where they were when they started, how far they've come, how hard they're working. I think that watching the way kids interact with their classmates is much more telling in an early childhood setting than looking at things like assignments. From this, I can observe things like social skills, verbal skills, language use, number use, and other things like that. I hope that when children leave my classroom, they'll be well-rounded, not just well-educated. I believe my role as a teacher is to assist them in making their own discoveries. I want them to learn and have realizations on their own, and my job is just to guide them in that direction. To sum this up, I want children to realize that they all have something special, and all of these special things come together to make an incredible community of learning.